All right, thank you all so much for joining me for a 60-minute yoga class. It is great to be here with you on this Thursday. We're going to start with 3 rounds of sun salutations to warm up our body, and then we'll hop into 26 and 2 yoga. Throughout the class, if something just does not feel right for your body, remember that you can modify it, you can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. At times, yoga will be challenging, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point where we could cause harm to ourselves or others. So yoga is a really wonderful opportunity to practice on setting your boundaries for yourself and honoring those. For the sun salutes, you're going to come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. Take a moment, feet close together, arms down by your side, standing up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll begin with 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar, a sun salute. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you're saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale, arms with your ears, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, hips over heels, back flat, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, bend your knees, push your hands into the floor shoulder width distance, and then step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and imagine you're going to pull yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can pedal out your legs, bend one knee, straighten the other, lift your heels to the ceiling, and then press your heels down to the floor. Push your hands into the floor. If down dog is not working for you, come down onto your knees, take a child's pose instead, sink your hips down as you stretch your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen back into your halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, biceps with ears, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, push your hands into the floor and step back into your high plank or tabletop. If that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it. Go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, take a vinyasa, bend your elbows in, and imagine you're pulling yourself down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. If you're doing up dog, make sure thighs are off the floor. Exhale into your spine stretch. You can sink your hips down for child's pose or lift your hips up for down dog. If you're doing down dog, rotate your shoulders externally, hug your elbows in, lift your hips, tailbone to the ceiling, heels down to the floor, push your legs back, root down through all 28 knuckles and the space between your index finger and thumb. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, relax your head. Inhale, hands together, biceps with ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Last one. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, straighten legs, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank. Keep exhaling, pull yourself down halfway. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, your spine stretch. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. Keep your hands shoulder width distance, but you can take your feet a little wider apart. And if you have tight hamstrings, maybe micro bend the knees here so you're not putting too much pressure on the hamstrings. Hips to ceiling, heels to floor, push the floor away from you. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Wonderful. That was our little warm up. Now we hop into 26 and 2 yoga, 2 breathing exercises, 26 asanas, postures. Come to the middle of your mat and towel for our first breathing exercise, pranayama, deep breathing. You'll inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Feet together, toes, heels touch. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound. Head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good. Inhale, chin down. Slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide, like you're trying to fog up a mirror on the ceiling. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Thighs tight, glutes tight, stomach in. Exhale, head up. Weight stays in your heels. Lift your kneecaps, engage your abdominal wall. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Take your time, eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change. Arms down, roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly head back, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. So through yoga, we learn how to slow down our breath and expand the lung capacity at the same time. Exhale, head up. So at first it might be hard to exhale for a full 6 seconds, but slowly over time you learn to breathe slower, longer, deeper, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. The immortal words of Daft Punk, harder, better, faster, stronger, chin down, elbows up, stomach in, full lungs. Exhale, head up, use your eyes to trace an arc along the ceiling. Look back for the wall behind you, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down, make this the deepest breath so far. Breathe into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. We'll continue to warm up the whole spine. Artichormatsuna with Padastasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead. Palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip. Stretch up and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller. Okay, when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, half moon pose, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight lines, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, creating a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body. Keep the weight in your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. And it's worth noting that I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm bending to the right when in fact I am bending to the left. You're welcome to follow my words or my body during class. Just know that in this style of yoga, we practice the right side first. Push your right hip forward, 2 hips in line, left rib cage forward, 2 shoulders in line. Inhale, lengthen your arms, exhale, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. This is the first back bend of the day and the only posture I can't show and tell at the same time. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. Eventually, head drops all the way back, look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears, try to touch the wall behind you. So keep your arms super active, whole spine backward bending, lower back, middle back, upper back, bend your total spine back bending, keep the weight in your heels. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward and bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, biceps with ears go down. Hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is at the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Try to touch your stomach to thighs, chest to knees, eventually face to the shins. Knees can stay bent the whole time. To get a little bit more stretch to the hamstrings and back, roll forward, lift your hips, and stretch your spine down. Good, change, come up, biceps with ears, knees can bend as you lift up. Very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller. That's the whole goal. Second set, feet together, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the right as you press your hips to the left. So throughout class, you'll hear cues or invitations to get deeper into postures like come down, push, 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 or kick, kick, kick. If you are new, if you are dealing with an illness or an injury, if you didn't sleep well last night, anytime you hear a call to go deeper, it does not have to apply to you. You can stay light and lifted. We always practice form before depth. If you're feeling good towards the end, then you get a little deeper, come down, push, 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 change. Inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down in a straight line without bending elbows or knees. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little more forward, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your right hip forward, get your two hips in line, left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming in March. Come down, push, 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 change. Inhale to come up, second heart opener. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake, squeeze your butt, squeeze your palms together, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. So notice if the wrists are bending, the hands are coming apart, really squeeze your palms together. Keep your eyes open, look back, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, palms together. Exhale, go down, flat back, arms with ears, hands to floor, relax your head. Go for another rock, move your hips, shake your head. Second set, here we go, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Rather than bending elbows out, bend elbows back. Elbows to calf, stomach to thighs, chest to knees, eventually face to the shins. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, pull, stretch, lengthen your spine. Good, change, come up with a straight spine. Knees can bend, think about hinging at your hips, very nice. Arms down, and you let that one go. Awkward, Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right about hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. It's not too wide of a step. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, nothing loose or hanging. Abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back. Notice if the knees are coming in or out. Keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees and hands. Lift your chin up, chest up. Lean back, fall back, way back, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tiptoes like a ballerina playing with balance. Lift your heels, stretch up, bend your knees, sit down. Notice if the knees want to come in or out. Point the knees and big toes forward. Heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change. Inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little bit off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time. Listen to your body. You can stop whenever you want or stop when there's a ½ inch gap between hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Lift your chest. Re-engage your fingertips and change. Slowly come up, knees together. Very nice. Heels down, right foot back, arms down. Take a breath. Go again, second set, step your right foot to the right hip width distance, insides of your feet, parallel, arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. So the first part's like a gym squat, right? You can stick your butt out and lean forward to get your thighs parallel to the floor, and then start to bring everything back, like bring your hips back, knees back, shins back, and then lean back, chin up, chest up, change. Inhale to come up. Keep your arms there. Second part, push your hips forward like you're leaning against a wall behind you, and now lift your heels. So rather than sticking your butt out, tuck your tailbone under, lift up, bend your knees, and sit down. So try to eliminate the curvature in the lower back, really engage your lower abdominal wall. Heels up, knees up, spine straight. Change. Inhale to come up. Last part. Squeeze knees together. Keep the insides of your feet parallel, so make sure toes don't turn in. Let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Slower you do, better you do. That's where you build the strength, the balance, the control. Squeeze your knees and thighs together, lift your chest, soften your shoulders, change. Slowly come up, push big toes down. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Sharasana, identify right, identify left, don't mix them up. Inhale, arms overhead, we're gonna do the right side. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm. Right elbow, under left elbow. Cross first with the elbows, again if you can at the wrists. Palms together, thumbs towards your face. You can also interlock fingers, grab a finger, or grab your shoulders, give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down. Try to keep your hips low, and bring right leg over left leg over left leg, cross twist, and eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like rope, sit a little lower, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, left side. Bring left arm, under right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies towards the front of your mat. Pull elbows down, sit down low, hips in a chair. Try to keep your hips low and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left over right, cross twist, and eventually wrap your foot. This side might feel a little or a lot different from the other side. It does for me. You might know why, like a former injury, or you might have not realized until now that one knee is a little tighter than the other today. It's all good. Bring your knees a little to the left, upper body to the right, sit down and lean back. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, second set. Bring right arm, under left arm, pull elbows down, one day fingers below the nose, bend your knees, sit down. Try to keep your hips low and bring right leg over left leg. Cross twist, eventually foot wraps. Push your left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward. You want your elbows over your knees. Bring the weight back into your heel. To sit down, you can stick your butt out a little bit, fold forward, and then lean your upper body back at the end. Good. Change. Feet together, arms over your head. Last one. Bring the left arm, under right arm. You can use momentum. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down. Try to keep your hips down low and bring left leg over right leg, cross twist and wrap. So on this side, right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward. Bring the weight back into your heel. Stick your butt out, bend your knees, sit down. Everybody, lean your upper body back at the end. Good. Change. Feet together, arms over your head, arms down. Party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. It's lovely to be here with all of you. Hey, Nicole. Okay, for the next three postures, we continue to balance on one leg. If you fall out, just hop back in. Cool. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janu Sharasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lift your left kneecap, lock your left leg, lift your right thigh up. You can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face, abdomen in. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, start to round down and eventually pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked under the ball of your foot, webbing to webbing grip. Standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece. Lamppost unbroken, you have no knee. If you've been coming for a while, you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathe in, slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. If both legs lock, start to bend your elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Slowly reverse. out. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Lift your left thigh up. You can point your toes, flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, round forward and eventually pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers, even your thumb underneath your foot. Lift your right kneecap, flex your left toes back, engage your abdominal wall. When you're ready, slowly lift your left leg up. It's a real kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up so your knee is over your ankle. You want to use your muscles to keep your joints stable. If both legs lock, start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back, do a little back bend, or knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Lift your left kneecap, lift your right thigh, flex your toes back, stomach in, round down, pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate. Don't take yourself too seriously. When you're ready, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest and eventually put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your time as you come out. Good for you. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, stomach in, round forward, pick up your foot. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, breathing, lift your left leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, move your hips forward. Tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your time as you come out. Good for you. Okay, that was a forward curl. Next, we do a back bend. If you're new-ish to this style of yoga, just listen extra careful for the next 10 seconds because the grip on this posture is a little confusing. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. I'm going to show you at an angle. Bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes. So reach back with your palm facing out without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone. So the shoulder is externally rotating out. What you don't want to have happen is the shoulder internally rotate and you pick up your foot like this. That can hurt the shoulder. If you're confused on the grip, grab your foot from the outside, walk your hand around, you're in business. Bring your left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Keep in mind that this is a back bend. Keep your chin and chest lifted as you bring the belly button down and the big toe all the way up to the ceiling. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. From the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade, scapula stretching away from the body. Body down more, leg up more. Kick, kick, kick. Good. Change. Slowly kick yourself up. Other side. Bring your left hand up. Out to the left. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle. So make sure shoulders rotating out. Bring your right arm up. Left hip forward. Try to start with your hips in line. Lift your right kneecap. Point your left toes. Lift your chin. Take a breath. Stretch up. And slowly kick into your hand as you charge your body forward. Kicking and stretching should be equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick really hard. When you're ready, you're going to come down. So from the side, 2 heels in line, kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Eventually, shoulder slides so far forward that shoulder and chin touch. Bring the body down to parallel, big toe up to the ceiling. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick, kick, kick. Good. Change slowly with control. Kick yourself up. Second set, bring your right hand up. You can do it out to the right. Reach back. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone. Left arm up. Right hip forward. Start with your hips in line. Lift your left kneecap. Point your right toes. Take a breath. Stretch up. And slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Feel it in your body. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. Notice if you're grabbing the floor with your left toes, relax your left toes, slide left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, right hip down a little bit. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Last one, bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back without turning or twisting your shoulder. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, right arm up, left hip forward, lock your right leg, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Relax your face, unclench your jaw, get the back bend. Push your chest forward, right fingertips forward. All 5 fingers together, thumb with index finger. Palm of your right hand faces the floor. Get your right arm parallel to the floor. Stretch your arms apart, come down, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Okay, come to the back of your mat, Danasana, balancing stick, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and lean back. Step your right foot forward, stretch up, point your left toes, and tilt like a slow moving seesaw. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor from the side. Body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back, step your left foot forward, stretch up, point your right toes, and tilt. Go down slow. Slower you do, better you do. You're gonna find when you're parallel, you're just gonna hold still and breathe. Squeeze palms, charge forward, stretch back, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, arms up, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, step your right foot forward, stretch up, point your left toes, and when you're ready, tilt. Sometimes when we're dealing with an illness or an injury, even the setup of a posture is enough. Keep your biceps with your ears, point your left toes, left hip forward and down, stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back. So it's always form before depth. Last one, step your left foot forward, stretch up, point your right toes, and tilt. So it's better to stay light and lifted than to come down and be like a broken umbrella, right? Instead, think T like Tom. So lock your arms, lock your legs, back flat, biceps with ears, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Enough of that. You're welcome to come to the top of your mat and face the long side of your mat for the next 3 postures. I will face you, standing, separate legs stretching, Dandayamana Bikapta Pada Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 feet minimum. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. The separate leg postures really vary by body proportion. If you have long legs, you probably want to take a bigger step than me. If you have a long torso like I do, you might find that a 3-foot step is okay. Grab your heels from behind. If you can't grab your heels, play around with your step. You can also grab the outsides of your feet, your pinky toes, or you can start with your hands on the floor in front of you. There's room at the table for everyone. Everyone, roll forward like a wheel, find your edge. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, pull, stretch. Eventually, forehead touches the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time. We're gonna flow to triangle, Trikonasana. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in a little bit. Take a bigger step, bend your right leg, and lunge. Sit as low as you can. Eventually, right thigh bicep parallel to the floor. When you can't sit down anymore, lean back and move your arms at the same time. If your thigh is not yet parallel to the floor, maybe have your wrist or forearm in front of the knee. Eventually, as you're able to sit down more, elbow in front of the knee, but you're never touching the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg. Keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg. Right toes in, left toes out, make sure your heels are in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, lunge. Taking a bigger step or rotating your right hip forward might help you sit down more. When you can't sit down anymore, lean back and now move your arms. Left elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingers between your big and second toe rather than your heel. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, abdomen in. Push your right hip forward and down, stomach in. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow, chest up, turn, twist upper body back, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your left leg. Turn your left toes in and bring your arms up. Palms together, just cross your thumbs, standing, separate leg, head to knee. Pivot on your heels to one side of your mat. Uncross your heels, turn your back, left toes in, and then push your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So 2 hips in line. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. This is Dandayamana Bikram Janu Sharasana. Janu Sharasana means head to knee pose. To bring your head closer to your knee, you can take a bigger step. You can bend your front leg. You can round your spine, tuck chin to chest, eventually forehead and knee touch. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times. Lift both kneecaps, lock your legs, hands together. Change. Come up, arms with ears. Chin to chest like you're uncurling your yoga mat. Head up, last. Good. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels for stability. Turn your back toes in. Press your right hip forward. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest. So this is a rounded spine posture. For those with a history of slip discs, or maybe your back just doesn't feel great today, be cautious with this one. If it feels like your back is like tugging or pulling and not in a pleasant way when you round your spine, ease up a little bit. Maybe just tuck your chin to your chest and look down. Eventually forehead and knee come together, but you're never forcing your body. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, lift your kneecaps, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up, last. Good. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Second set, let's play yoga. Arms over your head, step your right foot to the right, big step. You can play around with your step, can turn toes in or point toes forward. Lift your kneecaps, I'm gonna show you from the side. Lift your chest, swan dive forward. So try to go down with a flat back, legs locked, grab your heels, bend your elbows back, everybody roll forward, find your edge. Notice if your knees are bending and your spine is rounding, roll forward, lift your hips, lock your legs, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. If your head's not yet touching the floor, take a bigger step, roll forward, lift your hips to the ceiling, stretch your head to the floor. Change, come on up, take your time, try to come up with a flat back. Very nice. Second set, triangle, turn your right foot out, take a bigger step. Bend your right leg, sit down, lean back, move your arms, elbow in front of the knee, aim your fingers towards your big and second toe, look up towards the ceiling. Notice if your left hip is higher than your right hip. Slowly over time, you're gonna drop your left hip down. So hips and knee all in one line. Reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, right rib cage forward, turn, twist, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee, right arm up to the ceiling. Look up, reach your right shoulder up, look for your right thumb. Make sure all 5 fingers together, wrist straight. So wrist over elbow, over shoulder, over shoulder, over elbow, over wrist, arms at 6 and 12 o'clock. Stretch your arms apart, sit down more, chest up more, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, arms up, head to knee, Janu Sharasana. Pivot on your heels, push your hips forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down slow. So there are some things that we show proficiency in by going fast, like a Rubik's Cube. There are some things we show proficiency in by going slow, like yoga. Chin to chest, abdomen in, press your hips forward, try to touch your forehead and knee together, and then just hold still. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, Move your hips forward as you come up, head up, last. Good. Pivot on your heels. I'm going to show you from the front. Make sure your heels are in a line but not crisscross. Back toes in, right hip forward, left hip back, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You cannot see your left foot all the way down. I have to tell you guys, I have Baby Yoda on my tank top. It is so fun to look inward at a smiling Baby Yoda. I can't recommend it enough. Bend your front leg, touch your knee and head together. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch your fingers beyond your big and second toe and try to even out your hips. Move your right hip forward. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest. Arms with ears, head up last. Good. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat, tree and then toe. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. This is the hip opening series. We are training our hips and knees to sit in lotus pose one day. So for this version of tree pose, you want your foot on top of your thigh with the sole of your foot facing the ceiling. Bring your right hand up to the center of your chest, and if you can balance, left hand. Option to stay here, or you can flow to another fun posture called toe stand. Without bending your standing leg, start to fold forward. First, just angle forward, eventually fingertips to floor. Eventually, you're gonna walk your hands forward, lean forward, shift your body weight into your arms, lift your left heel, bend your knee and sit down. So as you're bending the knee to sit, the weight is in your arms, not your knee. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, palms together. This is toe stand, Pavana Muktasana. Eventually, you're gonna come a ½ inch off your heel. If you can, you must. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up first to straighten your standing leg, and then push your hips forward, whee, to reverse out. Change right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, and lift your left leg up. Let your left knee drop, and this side might feel a little or a lot different. It does for me. Left hand up, and if you can balance, right hand. Option to stay here or flow to toe stand, fold forward with your standing leg straight. Hands to floor first, lean forward, so put the weight in your arms, lift your heel, keep leaning forward as you bend your knee, sit. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips, sit up nice and tall. Left hand, right hand, spine straight, come a ½ inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor, you can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up first to straighten your standing leg, and then push your hips forward to unfold like you're opening a book. Change, left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, very nice, turn around. Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I'm gonna adjust our camera angle a little bit. We are on the floor for the rest of class. Good for you. Okay, so lie on your back with your head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Bring your heels close together. Let your toes fall open. Arms down by your sides. Palms face the ceiling. Eyes open, mouth closed. Savasana. Feel what parts of your body are touching the floor. Maybe what parts of your body aren't touching the floor. See if you can just get a little bit heavier. Inhale through the nose, feel your chest rise. Exhale through the nose, feel your chest fall. It is such a privilege to be able to connect our minds to our body, right? Not everybody gets to do this, but you chose to come to class, you made time for yourself, right? You made it to class, good for you. Now you just get to enjoy. Floor series, Pavana Muktasana. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers just below the knee, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right and down towards your right shoulder, avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body and breathe. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. We're purposely putting pressure on the lower abdomen. This posture is good for digestion. It's also part of the hip opening series like tree pose and toe stand that we did before Savasana. Change, left leg down, Both legs lift up, grab your elbows, each other. Give yourself a big hug for coming to class today. Good for you. Squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body. Hold still. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, maybe switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and down. So most of us have a dominant grip, the way that most of us have a dominant hand or even like a dominant arm or a dominant leg for balancing. Through yoga, you're gonna notice what you favor and then you're gonna try to not favor it, change, right leg down, bend your left leg up. So for example, most of us sit crisscross applesauce the same way every time, but like once you notice that, right, then maybe you sit with the other leg on top, even if it feels kind of weird. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, maybe opposite elbow on top, why not? Squeeze your knees together and down, head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, breathe. Good. Change, arms down, eyes open. So there's some athletic pursuits that like demand you have a dominant side, like tennis is a great example, right? Like tennis players always have one arm that is way stronger. Yoga, not so much. We want to balance out the different sides of our body, different body parts, right? Not just flexibility, but strength. When we balance out strength and flexibility, that's when we become better able to like balance on our feet, on our hands, stuff like that. So we're working on the sides of the body, different aspects of our body and our mind as well, right? Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, any back pain today, skip the sit up, especially the first sit up, roll off to the side. Meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra, Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders, so your elbows point up. Bring your feet together like a cobra's tail. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% back strength. Come up halfway only. Abdomen down, chest up. Hug your arms into your sides. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs. Push your feet down, hips down, hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. Arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Second set, bring your chin forward, hands flat on the floor below your shoulders from a bird's eye view. I can't see your manicure, feet together. Oh, manicures, I miss them. Lock your legs, look up and lift, stretch your upper body off the floor. I've not had a pedicure or manicure in a year now. I feel so bad for the person. When I finally get a pedicure, they will be getting a big tip. That's all I'll say. Feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, push your hands down. Roll your shoulders back and down, open through your heart space, lift your chest up, good, change, slowly lower down, look to your left, right ear on your mat, arms down, heels open. If looking left and right bothers your neck or shoulders, try bending one or both arms so that your hands are close to your face. That'll take pressure off of the neck. Locus Shalabhasana, bring your chin forward, arm straight position, rotate your shoulders so your palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. So one day, pinky fingers touch. If your thumbs are touching, rotate your arms the other way, palms face the floor. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. Foot should come directly over the top of your head, so 2 hips in line. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. This is a nice opportunity to practice our boundaries. If arms underneath you is uncomfortable, that's normal, but if it is like sharp shooting pain, you can bring your arms out to the side instead. Change, left leg down. Third part, mouth down, so you can keep your arms out to the side, or you can bring your arms even closer underneath you. One day, pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up, come up. Everybody come up, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up. Change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out. Look to the right and take a breath. As you release the arms from under the body, you release the tourniquet effect. Fresh blood rushes through the knuckles, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Second set, chin forward, arm straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. So this posture is stretching out the tendons and ligaments in the arms and the fingers and the shoulders. And you're also starting to strengthen the legs and the whole back of the spine. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. So if you play guitar, if you knit, if you do like fun, intricate hairstyles with your hands, this is your posture, right? We're stretching out the fingers, the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders. Lift your leg, change. Left leg down, grand finale, knock down, bring your arms closer. And it's so good for leg and back strength. Mouth down, lock your legs, point your toes, lift both legs up. So roll forward, squeeze your butt more than you think you can. Knees, feet together, shoulders down, triceps tight, lift your thighs up, change, lower down, whoo, bring your arms out, look to the left, take a breath. I used to take this bar class, like ballet bar, with this Russian woman who was like, I loved her, but whenever it would get like hard, she'd be like, whoo, ah, and I've always been like, I don't want to be that as a teacher, but here I am being like, whoo, ah, okay, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, whoo, feet together, toes, heels touch, full Locus Shalabhasana, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift, arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up towards the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the right, take a breath. Second set, chin forward, arms out, feet together, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. This posture, full locust, is so good for your back strength, lifting thighs and chest off the floor at once, right? You're strengthening your back with just your own body weight. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine, so you're not dropping your head all the way down, but you're also not jamming it all the way back. Thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left, right here on your mat, take a breath. Good. Dhanurasana floor bow, lost posture on the stomach, chin forward, bend your legs. See if you can grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes. If you can't grab for 2 feet, first set, grab right foot with right hand, bring left arm out. Second set, you'll switch it out, okay? Point your toes, squeeze your buns, look up towards the ceiling, and kick into your hands. For this version of floor bow, try to get your thighs off the floor. Roll forward and freeze between your ribs and hips. This posture is good for digestion. It's a great shoulder chest opener. It's good for strengthening the spine, the whole back of the body. Knees in, feet out, wrists straight, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, squeeze your buns, point your toes, look up towards the ceiling, and kick into your hands. Try to touch your big toes to the ceiling. Bring your inner thighs close together, knees in, feet out, wrists straight. Try to get thighs off the floor, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down, look to your left, take a breath. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat for fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. Open your knees, open your feet. You can start in tabletop. I'm going to show you from the side. Point your toes to the back of your mat so the insides of your feet are parallel. And as you're ready, you're going to start to walk your hands back and sink your hips down. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time until one day you can sit down between your heels. It doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If you can sit between your heels, put your hands on your feet, right elbow, left elbow, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, and hips, but never a point of pain. Good, change. Put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I loved this barre studio that I used to go to, and I still love them. I love all of them, including the owner, but they asked me to become an instructor when I had only been practicing barre or taking barre classes for like a year. And it really got me thinking, like, I practiced this style of yoga for over 5 years before I became an instructor, and then I like continue to practice. And I think it's like something in fitness worlds that we have to ask ourselves is like, I don't know, like, do you trust somebody who's only been practicing for 9 months to like, become a teacher? There's this big push right now for people to become yoga teachers when really maybe like an intensive is a, better use of that time, right? Like legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat, second set, fixed firm, open your knees, open your feet. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time. One day sit between your heels. You can put your palms on your soles. You can stay right here, or when you're ready, right elbow, left elbow, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Change, put your hands on your feet. Push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. And there's somebody in this class who was in the very first class that I ever took of this style of yoga, Steve. Steve was in the first class that I ever took in 2009, and I think he'd already been practicing for 10 years. So it's one thing that I'm so grateful for in this community is like, Steve, in that first class, I was probably the person hopping around on one foot looking at you like, how is this guy doing this, right? So thank you to all of you who teach me and make me not just a better teacher, but a better student as well. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. In yoga, we are always students first. Come towards the back of your mat. I'm going to show you from the side. Half tortoise, Artichormatsuna, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, starting to really stretch through the toes, ankles, and knees. Arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down. Chin away from your chest. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Try to keep active arms here. It's a little bit different from child's pose. Palms together, elbows and wrists off the floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, come up, arms with your ears. Very nice, arms down, turn around. Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. If the sit-ups ever start to bother your back, you are always welcome to roll off to the side. Just, roll off and push yourself up. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Arms with ears. Wonderful. Second set, half tortoise, knees, feet together. If it hurts to sit on your heels, you can always start just standing on your shins. Arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. You can always roll up your mat a little bit, and so there's extra padding, under your knees or under your ankles. You can also put your hands on the floor to walk yourself in. There's lots of different ways to get into this posture safely and effectively. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, and then we just stretch. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize. Good, change, knees, feet together, palms together, very nice. Arms down, turn around, Savasana. My teacher training also had people who'd practiced for 9 months and were just obsessed with it, right? And so they went to the training, and many of them were my dear friends and are still dear friends, but a lot of them aren't really teaching this style of yoga anymore, right? And I think especially maybe during COVID, we get into passion projects or obsessions, whether it's with Netflix or a knitting or a book or whatever it is. And it's always just nice to kind of let yourself get carried away with something, but also maybe see the longer term goal for whatever that is in your life. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat for Campbell Ustrasana. I'm gonna show you from the side, and my neck is bothering me today, so I'm not gonna go very far in this posture, but I will still walk you through it. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Keep your eyes open, lift your nose, lift your chin. One day your head relaxes all the way back. Option to stay here or go back halfway and freeze in the middle. You can keep your hands on your back the whole time, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you can't grab your heels yet, keep your hands on your back. It's safer for your spine. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back. Good, change. Put your hands on your back, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So with yoga and with many other endeavors, for some of us, like this is just something that we practice occasionally or that we're new to, or maybe, you know, I know plenty of people who've like used yoga to get them like through a hard time, right? Like a tool, it is a tool. And then, you know, in better times, maybe the practice goes by the wayside, and that's wonderful too. But I know for many of you in this room, this is like a lifelong or at least long-term practice. And for those of you where this is long-term, and even for those of you, this is like your first or second time practicing, there's no rush. You don't have to grab your heels today. When you know that you're going to do it again, you take the pressure off of yourself to do everything every single time, right? Same thing with Netflix binging a show, same thing with knitting a sweater. When you know you're going to return to it, there's no rush, there's no pressure. You enjoy what you enjoy, you leave the rest. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. And this is called sustainability. Come to the top of your mat. You can roll up your mat a little bit if this posture bothers your knees. 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, push your hips forward, keep your eyes open. So you want a sustainable yoga practice, right? One day head goes back, one day go back halfway. Eventually or in the future, grab your heels, press your hips forward, lift your chest up. Yoga is the sweet spot between patience and determination. If you are too determined, you can get hurt. If you're too patient, not much happens. We're finding that sustainable middle path where we're honoring our own boundaries and occasionally trying something new or a little scary. Hips forward, chest up, head back, change. Put your hands on your back, push yourself up carefully, head up last. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. That back bend often stimulates the central nervous system. So if you get a little bit like dizzy or lightheaded or even nauseous in back bends, that's really normal. It's just central nervous system turning on. Very much on purpose, we're gonna curl our spine now and round down to calm, soothe, cool the nervous system. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, so we're learning how to take ourselves out of the fight, flight, or freeze response. Rabbit, Sasandasana. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears and grab your heels from the outside. So thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Now, if you have a long spine, short arms, a big butt, like me, all three, you might not be able to grab your heels at the top. That's okay. Once forehead to knees, top of head to floor, now reach back, grab your heels, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a, I'm looking at baby Yoda again, he's adorable. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Hips forward, shoulders up, abdomen in, round your spine. Change, hips down, pull yourself out, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana. So the same way after that first back bend in class, like arms back, look back, fall back, way back, right? We did the back bend and then we came forward. That's on purpose. Same thing here. We did camel pose. Now we're doing rabbit. We go from stimulating central nervous system to calming, cooling central nervous system. So outside of class, when you start to feel a little activated or reactionary, you can practice just taking a breath, maybe a forward fold, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Yoga is a safe place to play around with like soothing yourself, right? Self-soothing. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, round your spine like a bunny, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up, lift your shoulders up, squeeze heels together, press hips forward, round your back, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, head up last, very nice, turn around. Savasana, almost to the end, everybody's doing great. We're gonna do one set of head to knee, one set of stretching, and we're gonna flow that straight to spine twist, bada bing, bada boom, zoom, zoom, zoom. Here we go, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, Janu Sharasana, head to knee pose, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, as in legs. Inhale your arms over your head, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, touch your knee and head together. You can bend your right leg, interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your right foot, flex your toes back, bend elbows down, left elbow down, left shoulder down, two shoulders in line. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Now if it's easy to touch your forehead and knee together with a bent leg,
Keep going, see if you can straighten or even lock your leg. Bend your elbows down, right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Good, change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. Lie down on your back, let your spine realign, sit up. Stretching, Paschimottanasana, I'm going to show you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, right, left. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. Stick your butt out a little bit, puff your chest up and fold forward. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out a little bit, puff your chest up and fold forward. Stomach to thighs pull, chest to knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Try to keep your back nice and long. Change, come on up, stay seated, spine twist, take a moment, identify left, identify right. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee. Bring your right arm close behind you, left arm up and over your right knee. I know it's a lot of lefts and rights. Grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your hand behind you or reach it behind you for a half bind. Keep spine straight, chest up, rib cage open. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over your right shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. Wee, bend your right leg on the floor, touch your left heel to right knee. Try to keep left foot on the floor. Left arm behind you, right arm up and over. Grab right knee with right hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your hand behind you or reach it around. Grab your right thigh with your left hand for a half bind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So there are some physical endeavors that are not sustainable, like football, right? Super fun, people playing it, super passionate about it. You can't do it till you're 90 years old, right? Yoga is a little bit more sustainable if you allow it to be, right? So if something is hurting, it doesn't mean that you have to skip yoga entirely. It just means that you listen to your body. And that's what makes this a sustainable practice that you can take with you throughout your life, whether you consistently practice or just come back to it in times where it's like useful to you, right? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat and towel, final breathing, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. We're gonna exhale rapidly through the mouth. And as you exhale through your mouth, you're gonna pull your abdomen in, so it's gonna look like Baby Yoda is repetitively sneezing, okay? Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up nice and tall, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself, give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, Savasana. If you need to leave, I totally understand. If you have time, make time. Final Savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs, and take a breath. So this yoga is always here for you, not the other way around, right? It's a tool that you can use either constantly in repetition or just occasionally or for a certain season or spell of your life, right? But it's always here for you whenever you want it. It's a really powerful tool for self-actualization, for patience and determination. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. Picture yourself in perfect, radiant health.